Okay, to do these next problems, you're going to definitely need your calculator because you're going to need to graph it. And we're going to determine whether the function is increasing, decreasing, or constant. So I can see that right there, there's the instructions. So let's pull up our calculators. And I'm going to go to my y equals on this first one. Well, actually, I'll tell you what, let's do 23. I already have 23 plugged in there. In front of the first says x to the 1/3, and I'll tell you what, the way I did that was I hit x, right here so you can show that, caret, and then I put the 1 divided by 3 in parentheses just to make sure, arrowed out, and then I hit enter, and I want to graph it. And as I look at this right here, here's the graph, you can see it goes like that from there to there. So looking at that, decreasing, increasing, or constant, as I'm looking at it, as I read left to right, it is going up, but it's going up very, very slowly. So this one is not decreasing anywhere. And it is increasing from its negative infinity to infinity. All right? Would be the answer for it. And it's constant. It's not like a straight line, a horizontal line anywhere. This one would be in A. All right? So let's go ahead and go back to 22. Do that one just because that happened to be up there in the graph. Already, so I happened to open it up and had tested it. So let's kind of go back. We can see the whole problem right here. And I'm going to go to y equals. Let's clear that one out. And let's do x to the 3rd. Now I've got to arrow out of that, so I'm not that exponent anymore. And then do minus 2x. I can go ahead and squared for that one because it's just squared. And I'm not up in there, so I have to arrow out, plus 4. And let's graph it. And as we graph it, we can see, oh, we have some little marks right in here where some things changed. All right? So what I might want to do is this. I might need to find exactly where that point is. This looks like to me it's at 0. But here's what we can do to find out. I'm going to go second, calculate, and I want to find option 4 here. I can either arrow down to 4 or just hit 4. And I want to be a little left of that mark. I'm going to hit enter. And now notice I arrowed over there to go left. I'm going to arrow over here to go a little bit right. Hit enter again and enter again. And I can tell, now see this negative 1.45 to the negative 6? That really means 0. The calculator is just an estimate. So I know this, as I look at that graph, it is at 0, 4. So let's make a little note here. All right, that's the point 0, 4. That's the maximum. And then it's going to come down here and go back up. I'll leave that up there so I can write some stuff down. We can look at it real close. Okay, that one's going to be a minimum. And in order to do a minimum, I'm going to go back this here and go second, calculate. This time it's a minimum, so I'm going to arrow down. I can hit number 3 or go to 3 and hit enter. Now I want to make sure I'm left of that little hump right there, enter. And now I got to go right of that little hump for sure, enter. Hit enter one more time. And it says 1.3333 repeating and 2.81. 1.333 repeating would be the equivalent as 4/3. I'm not sure what 2.81s were close to decimal wise. So I'm going to call this point right here 4/3 2.8. Now those are the point values. So in other words, to find where it's decreasing and increasing, I need to do the following. I've got to kind of go over here and clear off my calculator. All right, here we go. Where is it decreasing? Where is it increasing? Well, think about it. It is actually decreasing, and the only values that count are the x's. The x's are the only count, no matter about the y's. Matter of fact, just to kind of make sure, that would only matter if I was finding the maximum and minimum, which is something we will do later in the test. It's decreasing when x is 0 to when x is 4/3. Now something else is very important. Increasing, decreasing are never brackets. They're always only parentheses. Well, where is it increasing? Well, it's actually increasing from negative infinity to 0. So from negative infinity to 0, or also from what? This point right here, we started going up again. 4/3 to infinity. And remember, increasing is a positive slope. Decreasing would be a negative slope, increasing going up, decreasing going down. And is it constant or a flat rate anywhere? No, so that answer would particularly be then in A. Now, I hope y'all have those right on there. I'm going to go ahead and erase this real fast so that I can arrow up. We have one more problem of this type to work. So let's see what we have here. On the other one, as I scroll the screen up and go back to the calculator. All right. Woo, Nelly, Coach Stoney. Well, first thing I'm going to do is go to the calculator. And let's clear this one out and go to our white with buttons and type this in. Got to clear that out there. And to do absolute value, remember you go to Math, arrow over to Number, Option 1 or Enter, it's already on 1. And I'm going to put this X plus 2. That's inside the bracket. Now I'm going to arrow out. I have a plus sign here that's outside. And then I have another absolute value. So I've got to do it. And slide over to the second one. Notice it's on the number one, Option 1. And this time I'm going to put X minus 2. And I'm going to go ahead and hit Graph. And whoa, what do we see there? It comes down, goes like that. I'm even going to go to my second table to kind of help with some numbers. And notice, what do you notice from -2 to 2? It is the same value. And there's some, so you can see that right there. Increasing, decreasing. It looks like it changes at -2 and maybe 1 there. I think that's what I want to see. We see 6s and we see 4s. So if you go back to the graph, I think it'll be a little bit easier to see. We know what those points are right there. We can now look at it. Tell you what, let me do the following so we can write down our increasing, decreasing, and either. I think we see that. If you happen to remember as we looked at that graph, okay, I'll draw it up here. That was -2 was at 4. 2 was at 4, like that, and then like this. So, where is it decreasing? Well, it's obviously decreasing, coming down from where? -infinity. Can't make a negative infinity sideways. All the way to, and remember, the y values don't matter at all. It's x's only, so it's decreasing from -infinity to -2, -2, and it's increasing from 2 to +infinity. But here's something different. It is constant. Where is it constant? From -2 to 2. And I'm going to put those in brackets because they were a constant, the same thing at -2. It was a constant value right there. So that would be one that is constant where it makes a straight line. Decreasing is where it's going down. Increasing is where it's going up. Remember, don't use the y values, only the x's.